Okay, children. So hope you have remembered those points that we discussed in the last class, right? Simple topics, right? Matter, then the two types of matter, different states of matter. Then we can again classify this matter into pure substances and mixtures, pure substances into elements and compounds. Then mixtures again classified to homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. Then what's the difference between this elements and molecules? Elements and molecules, or atoms or molecules? Anyone? Atoms and molecules. Can you tell me
Atoms
one?
combine to
Yes,
form molecules.
yes, very good. Atoms combine to form molecules. Can you give one example for an atom? Hmm? Jewel, can you tell me? So many elements are there in the periodic table. So you can tell me any atom from that.
Carbon.
Carbon, then yes, carbon,
Hydrogen,
hydrogen, then
oxygen,
oxygen. Hmm. Then how many of you know the first 10 elements in the periodic table? Who can tell me that? First 10 elements. The proper order. Yeah, Pranav, you can tell me. Pranav? Niranjan, you can tell me.
Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen,
Hmm.
fluorine. Yeah.
Neon. Can you tell me the first 20 elements? Niranjan?
Sodium, magnesium,
Hmm.
aluminium,
Hmm.
silicon, phosphorus,
Hmm.
sulfur,
Hmm.
uh,
17th one?
chlorine,
Hmm.
argon,
Hmm.
calcium, magnesium,
Potassium?
potassium, calcium.
Okay, potassium, calcium. So very good. All of you must learn this first, at least first 20 elements from the periodic table. Okay, at least first 20 elements from the periodic table. If you are able to learn the all elements in the periodic table, you can learn. Okay, at least 20 elements. Okay, children. So there are certain examples for this atoms. You can write hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, copper, sodium. So from the first atomic number 1 onwards, it is hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. Okay. And when you write this atom, don't write like this, H2 atom. Okay. It's simply one atom. So you can write it's hydrogen atom or carbon atom like this. When you write it H2, it becomes molecule. So H2 atom, it is wrong. This one is correct. Okay. So always write atoms in single symbol. That means for hydrogen, it is H. Then you also need to learn the symbols also. Okay. Symbols. Elements with symbols. Hydrogen, it is H. Helium, it is He. Lithium, Li. Beryllium, Be. Boron, B, like that. Okay. Also need to learn the symbols. So these all are examples of atoms. Then two atoms combined together, it will be a molecule. Okay. Two atoms combined together, it will be a molecule. So that's the difference between atom and molecule. Atom singly an atom. When two atoms combine together, it will be a molecule. So these two, they comes under the category elements. Elements, atoms and molecules. Atoms and molecules. Here another example, atom of oxygen. It combines with another atom of oxygen to form a molecule of oxygen. It is O2. Here it is H2. These two are molecules. Clear? So here the same elements combine together to form its molecule, right? Then what will be its name if different elements combine? If different elements combine, what will be its name? Yeah, that's correct. Abdul? Compounds. It is known as compounds. So we initially classified these pure substances into elements and compounds. In the case of elements, it is atoms and molecules. Then if different elements combine together, it will be a compound. Can you give one example for a compound? Compound.
CO2.
Yeah, sugar. Okay. What's the chemical formula of sugar?
C6H12.
Very good. C6H12. Then
O6.
this one is glucose. Okay. This one is glucose. Then C12, H22, O11. This one is sucrose. This one is actually sugar molecule. Okay. We can learn it from simple compounds. Carbon plus oxygen. It will give,
CO2.
yeah, it will give CO2. Then here we can write this too, because oxygen always exists in the atmosphere as a diatomic molecule. Okay, oxygen always exists in a molecule, exists in the atmosphere as a diatomic molecule. Diatomic molecule means two atoms already there. We cannot write it as a single one. So then again it will form carbon monoxide. Then our H2O, H2 plus O2. So these all are examples of compounds. Okay. So when two or more atoms of different elements combine together in a definite ratio, it is known as a compound. Clear? This is clear. Yes. Elements can be divided into atoms and molecules. Then the next category is compounds. Both these belongs to pure substances. This is clear? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Okay, from this first equation, can you identify which one is an atom, which one is a molecule, and which one is a compound? From this equation. Gaia Mary Jane.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, can you tell me from this first equation, which one is the element, which one is the molecule, and which one is the compound? Not element, atom.
Carbon. And,
Carbon is?
Atom.
Okay, then oxygen,
Oxygen is also atom.
atom or molecule? O2.
Sorry, molecule.
Okay, molecule. Then CO2,
CO2 is molecule.
is it molecule or compound?
Sorry, compound.
Compound. Okay. So this one is atom. This one is a molecule. Here, two oxygen atoms join together. So it is molecule. And here it is a compound. Clear? Dia, from the second equation, can you please identify which one is the atom, molecule, and compound?
Carbon dioxide.
Huh?
Atom carbon.
Okay.
Oxygen is the molecule.
O2 is the molecule. Then CO. What about CO?
Compound.
Compound. Okay. So I think this topic is clear for you, right? So we are just starting from matter. Do you remember that one? Matter can be divided into pure substances and mixtures. Then pure substance again classified into elements and compounds. Elements again classified into atoms and molecules. Okay, and the mixtures can be classified into homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you. Okay. So that's about the classification. Then there is another topic that's also very simple one. You already know that. So we can discuss it now itself, right? What do you mean by this? Physical properties and chemical properties. Physical properties and chemical properties. Before that, can you tell me what's the difference between physical change and chemical change? Vinayak, are you there? Vinayak? No? Naurin, can you tell me the difference between physical change and chemical change?
Physical change is something, movements or like something like that.
Is it temporary or permanent? Physical change?
It is temporary.
Yeah, it's a temporary change. Then what about chemical change?
Chemical changes, changes in the atoms, elements, and
That means a permanent change, right?
yeah.
How can we determine that a chemical change has taken place? Malavika, Vibin, can you tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
How can we determine a chemical change has taken place?
It is irreversible, and there will be change in smell,
Yes, that means
color,
what take place there?
reaction.
Very good. Chemical reaction has taken place in the case of chemical change. So here in the case of this physical properties and chemical properties, physical properties, that means the physical things. That means its color, odor, melting point, these things, boiling point, etc. Then the chemical properties means the reaction, combustion, then it's, yeah, mainly the different types of reactions that belongs to chemical properties. So there are two different types of properties of matter. First one is physical property and the second one is chemical properties. Physical properties, it's depend on physical factors. That means color, odor, smell, melting point, boiling point, etc. And in the case of chemical properties, it's mainly deals with chemical reactions. So you can just write there. Physical properties, color, odor, melting point, boiling point, density, etc. Then in the case of chemical properties, composition, combustibility, reactivity with acids and bases. Actually, this combustibility, it's also a chemical reaction. Alan Joffe, can you please read this slide?
Physical properties, color, color, odor, melting point, boiling point, density, etc.
Yes.
Chemical properties, composition, combustibility, reactivity with acids and bases.
Okay. Have you completed the slide? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, all of you? Jyoti?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay, okay. Then we are going to measure this physical properties. That means the measurement of physical properties. Mainly two different systems of measurement are there. Okay, measurement of physical properties. Just write down the heading. Measurement of physical properties. Measurement of physical properties. Okay, in earlier times, two different systems were existed. One is known as English system and the second one is known as metric system. Okay, in ancient times, two important systems of measurement existed, English system and metric system. English system and metric system. English system and the second one is metric system. Okay. But these two systems, it was followed by only certain countries. Not all countries can follow these two type of systems. So for that purpose, as an international system of units, now we are following SI system. It's important. SI system. Okay. Now we are using this SI system. It is the international system of units. International system of units. International system of units. Can you guess the full form of SI here? It's not sub-inspector. Can you tell me the full form of SI? Can you guess? It's related to these two terms.
Ma'am, it's System International.
Very good, very good. It is known as System International. System International. This abbreviated as SI. System International. Okay. We are using several units for different parameters, right? For measuring the distance, we are using centimeter, then meter, kilometer, like that. And in the case of weight, we are using kilogram, gram, milligram. Several units are there. But this international system of units or the system international or the SI system, they will suggest certain units that is followed by all countries. That means it is accepted by international, it is accepted internationally. Okay, that means all countries are following this system international or the international system of unit. Clear? Then according to the system international, there are 7 base units. According to the system international, there are 7 base units. It's very important. Okay. Then I will show you the table of that 7 base units. All those parameters are familiar for you. Then there are certain units for each one. Just wait. Okay, you can write this one. Fundamental quantities. It is known as the 7 base units. 7 base units, otherwise known as fundamental quantities. Is this table clear for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 7 base units. First fundamental quantity, it is length. It is length. Then can you guess what's the symbol of this length? How can we represent its symbol for length? Just guess for length. Hmm? Yes,
L.
yes, it's L. Then for mass, mass. Second one is mass.
M.
Yes, it's M. What about time?
T.
Yes. And what about electric current?
EC.
I.
I.
Yes, it's I. Then temperature. Temperature. Hmm?
Celsius.
That's its unit. Unit. I'm asking about the symbol. Yes,
Degree Celsius.
that's a unit. Another unit, right? I'm asking about the symbol of temperature. Symbol for temperature.
K.
It's T. For temperature, it's T, right? Yes. Then amount of substance that you have learned in the Avogadro's law. Can you tell me? Amount of substances.
6.22 into 10 raised to 23.
Yeah, that's a value, right? That's very good. Here, which symbol used to represent this amount of substance?
S.
No.
N.
Yes, it's small letter N. And the last one is luminous intensity. Can you tell me? Luminous intensity. This I knew. So do not get confused with the symbol of unit and the symbol of fundamental quantities. These all are symbols of fundamental quantities, not the units. These all are symbols of fundamental quantities. First one, length. It is small letter L. Second one, mass, small letter M. Time, small letter T. Electric current, capital letter I. Then for temperature, capital letter T. Then amount of substance, small letter N. Luminous intensity, I knew. Then these are the units suggested by the System International. Okay, these are the SI units. For length, it is meter. For length, it is meter. Here the spelling of meter is not correct. M-E-T-R-E, not M-E-T-E-R. M-E-T-R-E, meter. And its symbol is M. M. So the fundamental quantity length, its SI unit is meter, and the symbol of that unit, it is M, small letter M. Then for mass, it will be kilogram. Kilogram, that is kg. Kg. Then for time, what's the SI unit? Time. Time, it is second and can be represented as small letter S. Then for electric current, it is ampere. Okay, ampere. It is represented as capital letter A. Then for temperature, Kelvin. It's represented as capital letter K. Okay. Then sixth one, amount of substance. It is represented as mole as its unit. Its symbol is also same, mole. Here you can just add one more E, mole, M-O-L-E. And its symbol is MOL. The last one, luminous intensity. Its unit is candela. Its symbol is CD. So these are the 7 fundamental quantities and their SI units. Okay, length, mass, time, electric current, temperature, amount of substance, luminous intensity. Okay. Tahan,
Yes, ma'am.
can you please read this table?
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am, there's a table, or should I read the one on top?
You can read like this, length L, meter M, like that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Length L, meter M, like just like that.
Yeah, you can also include its unit meter M.
Okay.
Okay.
So length SI unit meter, symbol M.
Okay.
Mass SI unit kilogram, symbol kg.
Yes.
Time SI unit second, symbol S. Electric current SI unit ampere, symbol A. Temperature Kelvin, SI unit Kelvin, symbol K.
Yes.
Amount of substance SI unit mole, symbol M. Sorry, N, right?
MOL, mole.
Mole, okay. Luminous intensity SI unit candela, symbol
CD. Okay. Tom Sinton, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Can you read it once again?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Length L, SI unit meter, symbol M.
Okay.
Mass, small letter M, SI unit kilogram, symbol kg.
Okay.
Time, small letter T, SI unit second, symbol S.
Okay.
Electric current, capital letter I, SI unit ampere, symbol A.
Okay.
Temperature, capital letter T, SI unit Kelvin, symbol K.
Okay.
Amount of substance, N, SI unit mole, symbol mole.
Yes.
Luminous intensity, SI unit candela, symbol CD.
Okay. Luminous intensity, it is represented as I nu. This symbol is known as nu. Okay, nu. I nu. Okay, so this table is very important. You have to follow this SI unit. Okay, meter, kilogram, second, ampere, Kelvin, mole, candela. These units should be followed. Clear? Is this clear for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So that's about International System of Units, SI system. Then there's one more topic, that is you have to skip this one. Yes, there are certain prefixes in this SI unit. Okay, we can convert this SI unit to other forms of unit. We can write deca, that means decameter, then hecto, kilo, mega, giga, tera, peta, exa, steta, iota. So many prefixes. So we can convert this international system of unit or base unit to other units also. That's it. That's just a form of a table. That's just go through that table. That's enough. That's in your textbook, table 1.3. Okay, and you will learn the similar portion. That means the base unit, SI system, significant figure, then rounding off. The similar topics you have learned in the second chapter of physics also. Okay, so same topics will be repeated. That's why I told you that all these subjects are interconnected. I told you in the beginning, chemistry is related to physics, biology, mathematics, etc. Because all these topics are interconnected. Just small topic. What's the difference between mass and weight? Mass and weight. Can you tell me what's the difference between mass and weight?
weight depends on the gravitational force.
Very
whereas
good, very
mass
good.
is independent.
Yes, mass depends.
Mass is constant.
Constant. Okay, the amount of substance that is defined as mass, right? And this weight, it will depend on the gravity. Okay, so that's the main difference. So you can write mass and weight. First one is mass of a substance is the amount of matter present in it. And this mass of a substance is always a constant. That's the unit of mass. It is kilogram. Okay, mass of a substance, it is the amount of matter present in it. And it is always a constant value. It does not vary. And the SI unit of mass that we already learned, it's kilogram. Then in the case of weight, it is the force exerted by gravity on an object. It is the force exerted by gravity on an object. The weight may vary from one place to another. You have learned that due to the change in the gravitational force, there will be different values in poles, equator, etc. Right? So in the case of this weight, it will vary from one place to another. And weight is the force exerted by gravity on an object. So these are the main differences between this mass and weight. We can also use this gram. Gram is also another unit, but the SI unit is kilogram. One kilogram is equal to how many grams?
1000.
Yes, it's 1000. G, can you please read this point? Yes, dear. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you can read.
Mass of a substance is the amount of matter present in it.
Yes.
Mass of a substance is constant.
Mm.
SI unit of mass is kilogram.
Yes. Then what about weight?
Weight is exerted by the gravity on an
Force
object.
exerted by gravity.
Weight may vary from one place to another.
Okay. Have you completed this one? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's enough for today. So we have just discussed. Yes, Sahan? No, I didn't read.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Now I just read. Just wait.
Yeah, so could you, like, it's okay?
Could allow to share Insta or WhatsApp after the class to meet all students. This is the group request. That means through this one, Zoom.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. We just wanted to we don't want it to be like last year. We want to meet everyone and like connect a meeting or something just to get to know everyone.
But the problem is that Zoom will be need to end in.
No, ma'am. That's okay. We'll just create a new Zoom. We just want the Insta or WhatsApp of whoever who can give, like whoever is interested.
Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, children. So thank you all. See you in the next class. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.